We have always stated that our independence cannot be complete if, in fact, there is any part of the world where the black man is not accorded his rightful position in society.
He was by far the most brilliant politician Kenya has ever produced. He mesmerized audiences at home and abroad with his oratorical skills and with his command of detail in all issues he confronted. He was lionized by the Western press. At the young age of 30, he had made it to the cover of Time magazine as one of Africa's brightest political stars. Yet it was as a trade unionist that he began his public career. And it was through the championing of Kenyan workers' rights that he would eventually launch himself into politics. It is not known when exactly Thomas Joseph Mboya was born, but he himself proclaimed his date of birth to be August 15, 1930. Records show that he was baptized into the Roman Catholic Church on April 22, 1932. His parents, Leonard Ndiege and Marcella Awor, had left their ancestral home on Rusinga Island in Lake Victoria years earlier and found work on a white settlers' Sisal estate in Kilimambogo in Thika district. It was on this estate that Tom Mboya, the firstborn of their 7 children, spent his early childhood playing with the children of other Luo immigrant workers. Young Mboya began his education at the age of 7 at a mission school near the Sisal estate. But his father later sent him to Kaba Primary School in Ukambani, where he stayed for 3 years, learning mainly reading and writing. In 1942, Mboya was transferred to St. Mary's Yala, a Roman Catholic mission school in central Nyanza, where he was the youngest boy in his class. 3 years behind was James Osogo, who would later become a cabinet minister after independence. It was Mboya's first time among his parents' people, the Luo. At Yala, he would spend most of his school days with his relatives in Rusinga Island and come to appreciate something of rural life and culture. Mboya's formal education at Yala lay stress mainly on English and history, and it was at Yala that he began to develop his debating skills. For a while he thought of joining the priesthood, but on passing his Kenya African preliminary examination, he chose instead to go to the Holy Ghost College Mangu, then the leading boarding Roman Catholic high school in the country.
All those who wanted to sit or to go to Makere had to come to Mangu, where you had to do the Form 4 and things like that by Roman Catholics. So that was a trade that you finish Ayala, or you reach that, you come and finish it at Mangu before you apply to go to Makerere. But anyway, Tom wanted to come at Form 1 stage. So when he came, actually told me he's coming. But on the day he arrived at Mangu, the principal, Father John Omara, was the second principal at Mangu. The first one, Father Kelly. Both of them came from Kwaba to Mangu. And I was called in the office because he said, Tom Mboya, his name was not on the list of the Form 1 on that year who had applied. Obviously, he had applied through Yala, but didn't appear. So he was being told to go back to Yala. So he said, but I've got a cousin here. So I was called. And Father asked me, do you know this boy? I said, yes, it's my cousin. Your cousin? Yes. I explained the position. And he said, in that case, although he was not on the list from the Yala side, and I was sending back to Yala, he will remain here.